All right, I think we're live.
Cool.
Hi, everyone. So excited to be here. I'm Coralie, for those of you who don't know me. This is Kristin, and I am doing every week, I will be interviewing somebody who has linked arms with me in my online business. And I'll be going through a series of questions to really highlight how Kristin's life would be different, how the trajectory of her life would be different if she hadn't jumped into this with me.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah, Kristin, we met, I guess, through a launch for our online business, right? Through a Facebook group. We kind
Yeah.
of knew each other before that. We'd been commenting on each other's posts, maybe a couple private messages, but we didn't really know each other before that, right?
Right. Right. So it was back in November. You and Kelly Atwood were doing a money mindset launch. I can't remember exactly what it was called. And I had seen a couple posts about it, but there was one post that just kind of pulled me in to this free 3-day challenge because I knew that I needed to work on my money mindset. And it was amazing the stuff that I learned in that little launch and getting to know you and the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Kristin, can you tell us a little bit? And those of you who are hopping on, I want to engage you as well. So, I want to know, if you know Kristin, where did you meet Kristin? If you know me, where did you meet me? Let's engage in the comments a little bit. And Kristin, can you tell us a little bit about your background and lead up to where you were in your life before that money breakthrough challenge that we met?
Yeah, so I had been a yoga teacher for about 6 years. I never, as soon as I had a full-time job back in my 20s, I really never wanted to have a full-time job. But of course, I had to for many years, had little kids, and it was a necessity. But I was teaching yoga and also teaching some university public health classes online, and had started kind of in the online space a few months before that, actually several months before that. And what I found in the online space was just kind of this loneliness about being a solopreneur and trying to figure out this stuff on my own. How do I promote myself? How do I add value? How do I put packages together? And it had some traction, but I knew I needed more work on my money mindset, on my personal development. And I realized I was really longing to be part of a community where we really support each other on a bigger mission and really lift each other up um, together. And that's what really drew me in.
Yeah, absolutely. That solopreneur hustle, it's like, and you see all these people like posting about how successful they are and how much money they're making online. And you're like, oh, I know it's possible, but I'm just like out here on the ethers alone or hiring really expensive business coaches that aren't necessarily really getting me to where I want to go. And I totally relate in my health coaching journey to
Yeah.
being in that exact same place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were to reflect on that dividing moment when you decided to link arms with me in the online business that we now do together, can you tell me how your life would look different right now if you hadn't taken that leap, or how you perceive that your life would be different right now? So what, we're 8 months in or something like that?
Yeah. So I think for me, the personal development journey, the spiritual growth, the money mindset work has been incredibly valuable, which is what we get as part of our community. And the friendships that I've made are amazing. Like, it's so much fun to be able to work with people that you really like. You get to choose who you work with. And I think if I hadn't found this community, I would still not really have a clear path forward of how I'm going to get to the financial abundance that I'm seeking. I think I'd still be kind of spinning my wheels, and I found before I joined this, I would just get pulled over here and over there in different Facebook groups and different challenges and following different people's advice without a really clear way forward, where I know that if I plug into existing systems and the automation, as well as keep doing my personal development work, that I have a real way to get to the financial freedom that's coming. So,
Yeah, I so relate to that because there's so many free and paid things online that are discordant. So it's like, you can learn how to be really good at this and really good at this and really good at this, but if you don't know how to put it all together in a way that's actually going to operate as a machine,
yeah.
you end up just spinning your wheels, which is really, really common in the online space. Um, what problems were you, or what kind of what pain points, problems were you facing in your life that led you to join this specific online business?
I think definitely having the clear understanding of how to run an online business. I just, I had joined some programs, but I didn't really have a clear understanding of how to really leverage social media. Definitely money pains of, feeling like I have kids going to college soon and we don't have the savings or the means to pay for college. So definitely the money issue and knowing that I needed to heal some of that. And then the business itself, once I saw what the business was and how it aligned so perfectly with my values of health, of wellness, of environmental issues, and how this can be leveraged, it was just like a no-brainer for me that I just knew I needed to be part of this movement, this Freedom Era movement.
Yeah, absolutely. I resonate with so many of those spots that you just that you
Yeah.
just
And
so
I wanted to say too that I wasn't seeking anything when I did the challenge. I wasn't looking for another business at all. So it really was, I think when we're open to, when we put it out there to the universe that I'm needing this type of business and community, that it just presents itself. And so if you're open to it, then you just say yes to it.
yeah, I loved hearing that feedback from you because you were like, I didn't think that I needed a business. I just thought that I needed maybe the right coach or the right program or like one little piece, not necessarily like the whole piece to plug into. But once you saw the scope of how it all worked, then the light bulb went off in your head, which I think that was really good feedback for me on a marketing standpoint of like, oh, there's a lot of people that maybe could really, really benefit and this could change the trajectory of their life, but they don't even know that this is what they're looking for.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, what has left the biggest impression for you so far in the last half a year plus that you've been in this business? Has it been our wider community, which is a lot of Australians and New Zealand and people from Europe and all over the world? Has it been the personal development piece? Has it been the actual concrete business skills, the change in your physical health from some of the products that we've plugged into, or has it been our smaller kind of more, I forget what word I was looking for, but our smaller team atmosphere?
It's hard to pick just one thing because I mean on a day-to-day kind of if I look at it like day to day, it's really our smaller team because we get to see each other a few times a week and we are talking and really supporting. So that's awesome, like on a day to day and week to week. But the bigger community is really inspirational too, and I've learned so much about and just seeing people's journeys from being really broke to becoming millionaires and learning that it's not like you don't really have to have anything special per se, but we can all do this if we do the personal development, if we're consistent, if we're using the right systems, and just the whole idea of keep showing up and keep going no matter what. And I've just grown so much personally, like my relationships are better. I have this really amazing morning routine that I do now. So I know that I set myself up for success every day with my morning routine, which I really learned from this community. The books I'm reading, what I'm listening to, just the whole mindset piece. So it's hard to choose just one thing because it's all of it. And my health is better, my energy is better, and I just have such a more optimistic and excited attitude about my future and where I'm going and all the potential. So it's really been everything.
Totally. I know it is hard. Maybe you rank them. No, it is hard to pick.
Yeah.
And it's hard to rank them even too, because they different pieces play in at different times. I know, yeah, for me personally, the way I view my life and my relationships and my gratitude practice and just like my outlook on my reality has shifted because of this business in so many ways. And I see that in you as well, which has been really, really powerful.
Yeah. And we know that we have to do the inner work before we see the outer results. So I haven't made $1 million yet. I haven't made a ton of money yet, but I know it's coming because I've done all the inner work, and it's flowing, and money is flowing in now. So
Yeah, it's those wins that we start seeing first, the internal wins, and that's when it calls in the external results too. And I know that you're like right on that verge too, which is really.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How has your bigger vision for your life and the impact that you get to create increased since plugging into this community and into this business?
I think before I felt like it was just a daydream to, bless you, I see the sneeze coming. It was almost like it felt so far out of my reach to have the dream home and the dream car and the dream life. Like it felt like, yeah, I want that, but it never felt real or attainable to me. And now I believe wholeheartedly that it is going to happen. Like it's not just if, it's just when at this point. Because I have everything. I have the structure, I have the mindset, I have the community, the support, um, everything there. So it's just this certainty that I have now that I didn't have before.
I would so agree with that. And let me know in the comments if you guys are watching, like, are you someone that has that, like, yeah, I want the dream house, I want the dream car, like, those are all things I want, but not necessarily feel like they're within reach. Because that's been a huge shift for me, that now it's a level of certainty. And we read about that in A Happy Pocket Full of Money, which is one of the top books that's recommended when people jump into this business. And without certainty, we'll always be in that like wanting, and that like it's outside of us, and all of that. So I agree. That's been
Yeah.
me too. What is different about this business? Because you're a serial entrepreneur, from what I can collect. Like you're always seeking that that entrepreneur hustle, not to sit in an office all day or have the job. So what is different about this specific business than anything that you've been in before or seen or experienced before?
Well, back many years ago, I had a little network marketing business. If you've heard of the Body Shop products, they had a little at-home network marketing thing for a few years where you go and do these spa parties with the products. And it was all because I was working a full-time job. I had 2 little kids, and I really wanted out of that full-time job. So I started that. As most people who've done network marketing with lower end products, it's a hell of a lot of work. I had to do these spa parties. I worked my butt off. I was hustling all the time, in addition to a full-time job and little kids. And it was really stressful. And I just couldn't see a way that I could really make money doing that business. And so I gave up on that idea. When I left my full-time job, I became a yoga teacher. Now, I never really expected to make a ton of money as a yoga teacher, but it was something that I really loved. But as time went on and my family went through some financial struggles and my kids got older, I realized, I really, like, money's really important, and I really do need to find a way to make more money so that my family can live the life that they deserve. And I don't want my kids to have student loan debt when they go to college and all of those things. So this is unlike any other business that I've ever seen before. It's really like having a franchise. So you have this incredible product, incredible compensation plan that everyone in this business says they've never seen a compensation plan like the one we have, because I don't think one exists. And knowing that it's all like for a bigger purpose. It's really about elevating other people And that's what I've always been about, is helping other, like, let's all rise together. I've always been very, in that mode of helping and service and that kind of thing. And so this just aligned with all of my values. Um, and yeah, there's just nothing else like it. And everyone in the community says that. And I don't think you get that until you come in and see what this is.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. And then the effort of not being super vague, the product that we stand behind has to do with water, which is like one of the most important things in the world. And it's literally how to get your cells the most hydrating and most effectively detoxing water on a cellular basis. And we all feel the difference. So
exactly.
So it's something that's like everybody needs, and it affects the health of our entire family. My daughter's gut health completely improved, and my husband is like, oh my God, I can't go back to normal water. So it's definitely like beneficial on physical health and financial health and mental health and all of that as well.
Yeah, and I also have a master's in public health as well as being a yoga teacher. So this was like such a perfect fit for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a health coach, so I was like, it was a no-brainer for me because it can be really hard to get people to do all the things that they need to do to get their health on point and eat the right diet and exercise right. And I was like, you know what, if I can actually really, really impact their health just by changing the kind of water that they're drinking, where they don't have to necessarily be changing all the other things, I feel like I'm still making that health impact, but then I'm having a lot of fun because I'm partnering with people like you who are business oriented and driven, and we get to collaborate and we get to, think of fun things to do together. And all of that. Yeah. Nancy said, yes, all of those things make it such an amazing business. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Haley. Hey, Sarah. Sarah said, Haley said, I love that book. Yeah. Happy Pocket Full of Money is a really good book.
Yeah, it's a great book.
So if you could say anything to yourself in those moments, I don't know if you actually hesitated. Most people kind of hesitate when they're like about to make that leap into this online business and into this community. I didn't, from my perception, I didn't see you hesitate. But if you could say anything to yourself in those moments about whether this is the right decision for you, what would you tell yourself?
Yeah, I didn't hesitate, but the funny thing is I didn't realize I had been introduced to this a couple times previously, but didn't even know it, which is kind of funny to me. But I didn't hesitate, but I really had to hustle to make it happen. But I knew it was the right thing for me. And I think it's being in touch with your intuition enough to know that the universe always has your back, and what you are looking for presents itself. So I think I was just at that space where I had been asking and asking. I didn't know what I was asking for, but I was asking for something, and the perfect thing came. And I had done enough work, personal development, and was in touch with my intuition enough to go with that, even though my rational mind might have said, you don't have the money for this. This is too risky. What are you doing? I knew that my soul, my spirit was aligned with this. So I would just say that for anyone who is on the fence or not sure about this, because you're stuck in the ego and the rational mind who's always trying to keep you safe, right? That it's listening to your intuition and what your soul is guiding you to do.
Yeah. And I bet that all the work that you had done in yoga and meditation really helped you be in tune with that intrinsic self, so that it wasn't this battle and this war. I remember, though, your biggest objection was like, oh man, my husband's gonna think I'm crazy.
Yeah, so my husband's amazing and he supports everything I do, but I didn't exactly tell him all about this because I think I just, not that he probably would have objected, but whatever, I had my own thing. But so I did it, and he's been fully supportive, and he would have been the whole time. So that was just my own little, I don't know what, objection.
He's probably seen a lot of like changes in how you show up now, which is really cool too.
Yeah, it's incredible, So we're are we done with the questions? Because I was going to talk about the launch coming up, or maybe you could introduce that.
No, go ahead. Jump in, girl.
So, okay, so the Freedom Era, which is the platform that we're part of, is having this free 4-day launch starting, I think it's the 9th in the US, the 10th in Australia. And it is going to be led by the top leaders in the business. There's going to be, I don't remember what all the content is, but there's money, mindset, there's, you remember what some of the
but I don't.
Anyway, it's an opportunity to see what our community is all about, to get some great value, to learn from millionaires in the online space for free. Like, we often don't get that kind of opportunity. And just to see what this is about, and see if this is something that resonates with you.
Okay, I pulled it up, so I have the daily topic.
Oh.
So on day 1, they'll be talking, and these leaders are incredible. Like, whether or not you went any farther than just watching these 4 days, you will get so much value and so much just like oomph for going after your dream life. So day 1 is the freedom effect. So they'll have you get really, really clear on your vision, your ideal perfect day, and how to bridge the gap between where you are now to that ideal day. Day 2 is the money vibes. So how our relationship with money affects our reality with money mindset, strategy, all of that. Day 3 is the legacy shift. So many, or all of us in this community, it's a lot bigger than just what we get to create for our own lives, but how we can create impact in a long-term basis and for our kids, and for many others' lives. So they'll be just talking about like, what is your mark that you're going to leave on the earth? And then on day 4, they'll talk about the high profit, high impact strategy. In order to fully embody freedom, money, impact, and legacy, you need to have a sustainable business model that works. We'll show you exactly how to build a personal brand, leverage high profit strategies, and use automation so you can stay locked in your vision with ease and flow. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun and totally free, and you can come. The energy inside the group is so high vibe already, and we already have like 5 or 6 days before it starts, or yeah, less than that, I guess, 4 days till it starts. And it's just, it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be in there. We'll be chatting with you, tagging you in the videos, all of that. So if that's something that you're feeling called to, just reach out to Kristin if you came to this video through Kristin's profile, or reach out to me, and let us know that you would like the link to join.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Any last minute comments you want to touch on?
No, I just, I really encourage everyone to come and check out this free launch. Anyone who is maybe not making the money that you want to be making, or not in a community where you feel fully supported, where you get everything from the structure, the platform, the automation, to the mindset, the personal development. Like, it's just incredible how much you can get from this one platform. So I would just encourage anyone, if you have an online business or not, just to come check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just we just had our little team huddle right before this video, and I was telling everyone on my team, I was saying, so often I talk about our community and the mentors that we have access to, but I can't actually show people how amazing it is until they're inside. And this is the first launch that I've noticed that we have a chance to show people and showcase what the wider community is like, what the mentors that we get to learn from on a daily basis are like, and just that collective energy. So if you feel that tug, reach out to us, and we would love to have you in there.
Definitely.
Yay. All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to do this with me, Kristin. You're my first spotlight. And
yeah, so Carl's going to be doing these every week with different team members. So fun. Thanks for for spotlighting me. It was great. I love talking about this opportunity. So
Okay, love you.
me
Thanks
too.
for
Bye.
Bye.